first.
Well, but very well, like, the next thing we have to invest into is the ship.
Yeah.
Like I had to take the responsibility for it, and
Okay, so if you wanted to just flat out improve the armor of the ship, that's 1,000 gold.
Nope.
I
have 485. I would like to. I've got about a 300 gold budget right now.
If you would like to improve, or that's the problem. A lot of this is gonna be a bit costly. If you want to improve just the engine hull, so to make sure that the engine is protected above the rest of the ship, that would just net you about 700 gold. Let's see.
Fellas, I'm just saying, I'm going to shout this to the wind. If we do end up getting into ship combat with this pirate dude, and we down the ship, we are stopping and we are gutting it.
So the full approach is just like, oh hey, we're on our ship, they're not on their ship, just unload.
And then, I mean, so realistically, how this is probably going to go down is we're probably going to use the stealth thing to try to get as close as we can. And if we get caught before we're like jump on the ship range, then we're probably gonna start blasting and try to slow them down, blow a few holes in the hull, and we're probably boarding as our victory condition here because we're fast at the least. I know we're fast.
Okay, so for as far as ship protectives go, they're just the protective wax. For either offensive, any type of wax, whether it be offensive, defensive, speed, mobility related, all of them start at a base price. For Bane Isle, I'm going to set it to 250 gold.
Done.
Okay. And that's per wax.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I will get. I remember when you gave us the original options, we went for speed and range.
Yep.
So I know we have speed on our side to a degree.
Correct. You went for speed and freedom of flight because
that's what I meant by range.
Yeah. Because unlike other ships, your ship, How Long, will be able to fly higher and lower than most ships. To where you can almost access the deep sky and practically be in the upper sky. The only thing stopping you from going down to deep sky is your hull. It's just not strong enough to get there. You can get pretty damn close to it, though. To where you can safely sail almost a little bit under the continents themselves.
Okay. So I'll probably get something defensive just so if I know we can take a hit or two before we really have to think about bugging out.
Alright.
So one defensive wax. Does it have an actual name?
Mark it as defensive wax right now. I need to look up the proper name.
Okay.
Because I think it's a... It wasn't coming up when I typed it in, but I believe it's the names of the different moons. So I think it's Incremis wax.
I'll just drop that in the chat. I am down to 235 gold.
All right. And with that, if anyone has anything else, I'm going to start thing and get the ball rolling.
Yeah, sorry to pick your brain about that.
No, you're fine. Hello, welcome everybody. Sorry for the delay. Getting things and getting the ball rolling here. Welcome once again to the Arcadian Campaign. I am your wonderful host, Heroes Legacy, joined by my fantastic crew and cast of characters here. If you'd like to introduce yourselves.
Hello, I'm... Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Hello, I'm Tillin. I play Mordecai Tararik, the Sundered Spear, from the nation of Nasir.
Tried to change it up a little.
A little bit. Didn't work.
Hello, I am Young Lionheart. I will be playing Gareth, the exiled scholar from Yakutoma.
I'm KT, and we'll be playing Delashi. Delashi is trying to find his way and his father, and just using his wit.
Here, playing your boy Fan Ross, the wild gunslinger of Bane Isle.
A rootin' tootin' shooting himself.
Oh yeah, boy.
Oh man. Well, with that, thank you. Welcome our cast, welcome our crew, and welcome to you all for coming and showing up to tonight's game. Today, to recap the events, our crew was successful in retrieving the fabled Eye of Rixus, as well as the Golden Mask from the Temple of Rixus, a lost civilization temple within the lands of the Ixaness, at the behest of Lord Zivelin Bane. They are currently proceeding on with their future plans on the Isle of Lord Bane, stocking up on provisions, some more more overzealous than others with their funds, after acquiring a lump sum of gold, as well as some vault items from Lord Zivelin Bane's vault of the Isle itself. Our crew has heard whispers of talks of various things within the lands of Valua as well as Nasir, and after talking with some of the island members themselves, have decided to embark on their next quest towards the lands of Nasir. Our last adventure had the crew itself engaging in various talks with NPCs, characters of the isle itself, notably Agatha, one of the older Bane members who runs a clothing and enchantment shop, who had a bit of a quest for our crew, specifically for one Mordecai Talark, and engaging their whole crew with a task to escort the young boy and his dog, Nemo and Icarus, to the lands of Nasir for some unknown mission or job request, but as a means to help aid them in order to get to the lands of Nasir, where Mordecai wants to take a personal visit home to see his homeland, and reconnect with some family members he has not seen in quite some time. And as such, that is where we've left our crew now, figuring out what to do with their remaining time on the Isle. We took a vote off stream, and it believes that we believe we're just going to go from day 3 of our 3-day excursion, finish up anything that needs to be prepared, and simply take off to the lands of Nasir. So, with that being said, does anyone else have anything left to do? Gareth has left command of the ship, the Pao Long, under the care of Mordecai, second in command, and has left those who are willing to accompany Mordecai on this mission, which has now been Delashi, Vrost, who's taken up also the interest, and another member, Lisha. I don't believe I remember the last name. Lisha. It's just Lisha. I don't remember.
Just don't worry about it.
Just Lisha. Lisha for now. So those are the 3 who will be accompanying Mordecai on his wonderful Nasirian trip into the dunes. So Mordecai.
Yes.
It's day 3. There's a bit hustle and bustle with you and what is now the crew at this point. Lisha, Vrost, and Delashi, I believe, are waiting for you up on the top of the deck. You have a day, if you'd like, to prepare, or if you just want to settle out. I know you bought and purchased some various things, left a few items with Waltz. You could pick those up.
Oh yeah.
Say that you pick those up.
Yeah. Definitely wanted to get my thing from Agatha, my thing from Waltz.
The command's in your hands. Would you like to address your crewmates about anything? Fill them in on what possible things might be ahead for your group.
Oh shit! Didn't realize I'd have to give a fucking speech.
Figured it'd be appropriate now that you have more of an official chain of command.
You really sprung this one on me.
Oh yeah, I did.
And it's like Mordecai would be fine with it, but
Garrett,
Dylan,
so I
you're
might as
like,
well spring it on you.
sorry?
I couldn't spring this on Garrett, so I need to spring it on you.
Damn. Mordecai would be so good at this too, and Dylan's just here like, well. Just kind of looking over, all the cannons look like they're in the right spot, and the wax coating thing is where it needs to be, down in the hole by the applicator. Everyone looks geared up, ready to go. Question for the DM, just observation-wise.
That is up to everyone else. Delashi, how do you feel?
Feel good.
Vrost, how do you feel?
I gotta go make some motherfucking money.
You do. You really need to go make some motherfucking money.
I mean, one bounty, I could pay it off. I'm telling you.
One solid bounty, probably. Lisha, are you feel ready to wrangle Vrost should the need arise?
Yeah.
Looking forward to see more of that interaction. Well,
Nemo pipes up. Yeah. I got my stuff packed up. Don't worry about the cart. It's a part of the whole thing. You see Nemo has brought aboard your ship. It looks like this very large food cart of various things. And it looks like it's trying to be hidden and not see what it is, but you kind of just take a glance at it. It's a food cart. Just
okay.
well stocked.
That is interesting. Is there anything I need to be aware of that's no one should touch? Anything particularly fragile?
No. Just
Okay.
I'll make sure it's safe. We'll be fine.
Okay.
Icarus and I will just be where's a safe place on the ship?
Right this way. I'm gonna just kind of like guide him to the cargo hold to help him get that set up and tied down. It's like just get everyone back up on deck. It's like, so, I don't mind telling you my original plan for even going toward this here is just personal, just to see family I haven't seen since 6 years ago.
Yeah,
So,
pretty much.
anyone who wishes to go on a lovely trip to my home village of... I had it right here. Where did it go? Bahana. You're more than welcome to, as long as you behave yourselves. But, the main reason I know Frost is coming is because we also have a thing to do for Agatha.
Yes, indeed. There's a wonderful bounty that would be very helpful in acquiring the funds necessary for your lofty contraption.
Yes.
I mean, listen, the motherfucker's trying to go for how big my bounty is. I'm gonna stop that real quick. So we're gonna go claim his bounty, go build my skyboard, and then I'm just gonna rise the ranks of most wanted man.
What motivation?
Okay. Just so long as it doesn't paint too big of a target on the ship that is not mine that I am responsible of. Oh shit. Anyway,
Feeling the pressure a little bit, Mordecai?
just a touch. I do not like seeing Gareth angry in my
Fair
direction. But as far as the pirate, Darts, the Soul Collector, Darts Wistblade, both his names are silly, but they both belong to the same man. The way I heard from Agatha is she wants a locket that he stole from one of her old crewmates back scavenging off a battle with Lua, I believe. So priority number 1 is get the lockets for Agatha. She did, however, promise an extra bonus from her if we put him down.
Indeed.
And has also made me aware that if he's caused enough trouble in the Nasirian area, the local guilds would probably be willing to put forth a reward. So we can't incinerate him to the point where we don't have proof it's him. Agreed?
Ross just kind of looks left, looks right, realizes everyone's staring at him. I mean, he just shrugs.
Just Nemo kind of puts his
Well spoken
hand
as
in his face and just shakes his head.
Well spoken as always. But first and foremost, we have to deliver Nemo's safety. So before we pursue Darts, we should probably make port and get Nemo where he needs to go. Does that line up with everything?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think so. I don't really know everything else, and this is Nemo chiming in. I don't know really everything, but I'll help where I can.
Excellent. Just want to avoid putting you in direct danger where we can.
Okay, and with that, is your crew set? Everyone's ready to go. No one has anything else?
Going once. Going twice.
Yeah, sorry, my mom just walked into my room.
3 times? Gone. All right.
Going thrice. Everything
no.
else is in RP in the Discord.
Everything else? Oh, yep.
I was gonna say something, but I had to mute myself for a second.
Okay.
So, Dalash is like, before we go, I think that I should show you guys something. And he, pulls out a piece of parchment and, shows it to everyone.
Dalashi pulls out a few pieces of parchment, actually.
Yeah.
And they are other wanted posters. There's a wanted poster. There's an updated wanted poster for Vrost. A wanted poster for Gareth, Dalashi, and Mordecai.
Oh.
And it says
I never keep my notes right.
by the you both had the same reaction.
that was my reaction too.
Tangled is a good movie.
It is a really great movie. I love Tangled.
It is.
So it is updated with a few prices. Ross, your price was the bounty that it was set at. There's an extra 200 added to your total right now. There's a 1,000. I believe I said 1,000 gold for you, right, Dalashi?
Yes.
There's a 1,000 gold bounty for Dalashi. There is another 1,000 gold bounty for Gareth. But there is a 6,000 bounty for Mordecai.
Oh.
And where everyone has their bounty written as dead or alive, Mordecai's is the only bounty that has the words alive written on it. Alive only.
What was Ross's total, by the way?
Now it's the total of 10,000. So it'd be 10,200.
And the Mord's was 6,000?
Yes. Mordecai was 6,000.
Oh.
Damn.
You know, Dalashi, I do believe I mentioned something about this to you, how this might happen in our prior conversation. I do believe I said something.
I don't recall that conversation. I don't know what you're talking about.
The one we had on the ship next to the hole that Rusty chewed in the workshop?
I don't recall any hole.
Anyway, it was a matter of time, I suppose.
So, that's a nice little tidbit of information. You are all wanted by the Valuan Empire. Thankfully, this is, from what you all understand, at least the different societies that you've been to, primarily the Valuan the Isles of Sol for those who have been there, as well as Nasir. Ix is kind of like a free roam territory. Only certain capitals. The bounties are still placed everywhere, just by international law. But Nasir themselves aren't going to care so much about the bounty. You just gotta worry about bounty hunters or rival pirates who might want to reap the rewards.
I was gonna say, well, any Nasir nationalists, any proud countrymen won't want to turn in a Bluin bounty. So, we don't have to worry about them at least.
You think?
You think?
You really think
I
we
do.
won't run into some trouble with that?
Oh, you certainly will run into some trouble with it, but as far as any proud Nasirian countrymen won't care so much, so in the cities proper, especially farther away from port, it won't be as much of an issue, but in port, maybe wear a hood.
You just kind of get used to it after a while.
It's a weird thing to get used to.
Ross just shrugs. Imagine how Bane feels. Bane's triple what I am.
Bane is one of the top 3 of most wanted. I sent the list for you all, so do with that what you will. Let's see, what else? So, with that, your crew departs from the Bane Isle port. The port itself, once again, gears and chambers just open up the waterfall from the back of the isle, allowing your ship safe travel from the dock. You sail past and realize Bane Isle has traveled a bit more towards... Everyone give me a quick notice check. Give you a bit of bearings.
Oh god, where did it go? Oh
There you
god.
go.
Nice.
Ooh,
Bless
bless
you.
you.
Oh, sorry, thank you.
I noticed the fuck out of it.
Yep. Done. Mordecai gives everybody the general gist of what's going down. Everybody gets somewhat of a decent bearing. You are towards the North Ocean. So just past Rixus, from where you were previously, you actually gained. You're actually a bit closer to the lands of Ixa. So you're between the lands of Ixa and Valua at the moment. It is potentially about 3 to 4 days travel to the lands of Nasir, to the Nasirian border. Unless you want to take a safer route and go around, you can go more south in order to steer clear of Valua entirely. Then that would probably be an extra day or 2. Then you can head over to the Nasir border that way.
So basically, an extra day or 2 to attempt to avoid any Valuan interference.
Correct. And I will get you to the map right here.
Well, unless anyone has any objections, I'd vote for that route if we're planning on combat. Well, as eager as I am to test the new ship cannons, I'd rather do it on an intended target than an accidental one.
I agree.
Agree with that. We don't need to sit there and gather more heat before we're close to what we're going for.
And, well, a smoking chip of holes blown into it attracts much more attention at port anyway. I say as I'm hanging our wanted posters up in the galley.
Oh god. Like put them on the fridge.
Basically, like, oh, baby's first bounty.
Ugh.
I'll just kind of like actually take the time to inspect his and realize that it's almost horribly drawn. Something like similar to Sanji's in One Piece.
Jeez. So depending on where you're going to go, you could head towards the open capital of Nasir, Nasrad, which is just shy of Valua. It would be about... Nemo actually pipes up and offers a bit of aid, showing you a map that he has, and updates your own a little bit. I will type it here.
Nemo, was this one of the answers to one of your questions at your reference to the restaurant?
Which, maybe? Which question?
Oh, just this information.
Oh, maybe. Yes.
Maybe indeed. Which, by the way, Nemo, if we have any free time on our travel, I'd be more than happy to take another crack at building a more complicated lock that Lisha might be able to get into.
Do you say that within earshot of Lisha?
I do. It's a let me get to know you better for the kid and a slight challenge for Lisha.
I see.
Okay, fair.
Since, you know, you broke his heart over dinner.
Broke the poor baby's heart.
Doing what you do, I understand.
Steino looks at Elisha, looks at Mordecai, back at Elisha, back at Mordecai.
Well, would it not be a fair test once we complete the lock to have Lisha take a crack at it, and if she can't get in, it's a good sign, and if she has trouble getting in, it's still a good sign? Does that make sense to everybody?
I mean, there isn't a lock in this world that Elisha can't crack.
It is high praise coming from Frost.
Actually, some of the rarest locks, I think that would be on Lisha's list, is if she can crack a lock by the legendary pirate Decat. That would definitely be a worthwhile endeavor.
Interesting.
So, I've updated your map a bit.
I noticed, thank you.
You will have viewpoints on the locations themselves. Those are not direct points. You know the general gist thanks to Nemo. So the Kingdom of Nasir is that whole continent right there. Now, Nemo informs you, within the continent of Nasir itself, we will have to pass through Nasrat, the home capital, first in order to get to most of these lands. Esperanza being the harder one to get to, but a worthwhile one nonetheless. Although, actually, because of your ship being able to traverse in the upper sky, Esperanza might not be a hard one to get to, but it will be a little bit of a detour. So you will all have the choice. Because of your ship, I can readjust this now, actually. So you can either choose to go to the capital of Nasarad, which will be just close to the Valuan border, or you can head down further south and go in through Esperanza. Esperanza being the southern part of the continent.
Okay. Nemo, did you have to go to Nasrat in particular? Or did you just have to get into Nasir?
I have to go to Maramba. So as long as I get there, it's fine.
Where is Mohana?
Mohana would be just Alright.
Yes, this small village I made up in this world that exists.
No, and you're fine. Judging by it, I would say it is closer to Esperanza. It would be right here.
Okay.
Just
So we'd have
south of Maramba.
So we'd have to check in at Esperanza, drop Nemo off, get our passport thing situated. Or has that already been taken care of? Do we all have passports?
He has a passport that is valid for your ship.
I see.
So anyway, as long as you are all on that ship, you are qualified as merchants to proceed into docks.
I see. I think Esperanza makes the most sense, because if it's closer to where I want to go, and we can reach it because of our ship, might as well take advantage of that. If it's hard enough for other people to use that route, then we should have less potential danger along the way.
That is fair. Yeah. Real quick, Mordecai. Just Mordecai. Roll me lore.
Oh boy.
You don't remember much about Esperanza, but you do remember it used to be a port town facility that was once a military base for Nasrad, but left. But that's about as far as you know.
Used to be a port town military base for
Yes.
Maramba.
Esperanza is a port town military base.
Gotcha. Alright. And based on what Agatha told me, our lovely little bounty target is known to fly between Nasir and Esperanza and could have a base just past Baramba. So this puts everything we need in the same area anyway.
Correct.
Okay.
Alright, so you're going to go southward towards Esperanza. You will have to take a slightly more southern detour because, as something that you do know, is that there is a, much like the Ixa Ness, there is a current, a comet current, that travels around towards Nasir. It's actually one of their environmental borders that helps protect the homelands. So there is a current that travels from the Isles of Sol over towards the Nasirian homeland. Now, this current of stones and comets not only protects portions of Nasir, but funnels in towards its lands and prevents a lot of airborne travel in Nasir. So this is why they have port towns docked at certain locations, because you have to go through some of their channel straits in order to get from town to town. So sometimes, and depending on where you might go, you might have to do more desert trekking. So that is something to be mindful of.
Okay. And then just briefing me on how the ships work. Like, would we be able to potentially like fly the ship over to my village and just set it down on the border, or do we have to like dock it somewhere and trek?
You'll have to. So here's the thing. When you get to Esperanza, you will have to dock. You will have to show passports, show passage, talk in with their representative of the Isle. Their Isle will proceed to tell you the next checkpoint, and they will flag over into those checkpoints.
Okay.
And then you will be granted access into their channels.
So we can kind of stop anywhere between the checkpoints as long as we get there within reason?
Correct.
Okay.
You have, similar to last time, Lord Bane provided a bit of extra aid, giving you guys, this is something that you, not only with what you had turned in and the gold that he gave you, as a little added measure of favor, he refueled and restocked the ship. So you have food and you have enough fuel for about, this time it will be about 3 weeks travel.
Damn.
Yes. In order to get, since you're taking the southernmost pathway towards Esperanza, as I said, that'll probably be about 5 days, roughly about 5 days worth of travel. If you would like to refuel at Esperanza, that might be advised. We will see what happens when you get there.
With our full tank and empty coffers. Oh boy. Alright.
Alright. And with that, who is going to be piloting the ship?
It would be I, unless somebody really wants to.
Alright.
Nope.
No, I'm gonna let you have the wheel this time, so that you seem to be more knowledgeable of the area.
This is fair. All right.
Now, if you want to drive in ships, we can drive in ships. Like, I'll sleep
Yeah.
in the day, so that way you can drive, and then at night I'll drive and you sleep.
Sure.
Done, and done. Let me just double check a little bit of. Try to always make sure I have your character sheets on my hand, so this way I know stuff too. So I believe for you, Mordecai, we gave you you're able to drive the ship with crafts, but you just have to take it at a disadvantage. You still get your full 4 points. You just take the lower of whatever you roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
All I know is you let me roll with crafts,
Yes.
so I didn't invest in drive.
Yep. So you just get it at a disadvantage roll. So you just roll twice. It's still your bump up, because the difference is you have a higher point value for it. Because you have a 4 in crafts.
So roll again.
Yep, roll again. All right. Damn, that would have been nice. You are able to steer the ship within the first day of travel. We'll have it alternate between you and Ross from day to day.
Okay.
Probably for the best.
You're able to. That was close. You're able to steer the ship.
He said that was close.
3, 4. You're able to steer the ship southward, slowly making your way towards the Isle of the Soul Islands. Within your first rough days of travel, nothing notably remarkable. Just some various fish among the skies. The skies themselves turning from lovely blues to horizon oranges over the course to where you see the night skies, the stars glinting in the eyes. You see that as you go further south, the trail of the silver moon as well as the green moon proceeds on overhead. I would like everyone to give me a quick notice check.
I'm doing great.
Okay. Vrost and
Great.
Gareth, you were the two who notice. Off in the far distance towards, well, the ship is guided south, so it'd be towards your east, towards your left side. Far off towards the east, there is the normal North Ocean current of winds, and barely able to see past the veil there, you witness Valuan ships in the far off distance. They kind of look like starlights off in the distance, but you both notice. And I gotta start saying Lisha for this one now. So Lisha and Vrost notice these things.
Frost is gonna shout out to Mordecai, "Oi, Ruin ships, port side."
You said balloon ships?
Yes.
Did I stutter?
No, but I wasn't paying attention. I rolled a 0.
Mordecai,
Valuan ships port side.
you see Valuan ships on the port side. They're very faint, kind of like lighthouses. You see their headlights on the ship decks that just kind of careen through a bit of the fog there from the North Ocean current, the wind current right there.
Okay.
This
Good
is
eyes.
the current that you're traveling alongside.
Going to Alright, lights out. We're running dark, running silent. We're gonna activate the silent running of the ship just
Alright.
until we get out of eye shot.
That is a very wonderful call. All right, I have to reroll that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So very successfully, you engage the silent running, put down the top mast of the ship. It folds in on itself, and the ship goes more into its speedy, flighty phase. The engine, the Moonstone engine that was once humming and drumming through the sky, is now a pristine, silent, quiet lull. Almost sounding like the wind itself. through the first
Voices
day's
down
travel, well into the night, you have a successful voyage.
I was about to say voices down for now. If you stub your toe, don't cry out. Just cry about it later.
The current doing wonderfully to mask your first day of travel.
I knew it would be a worthy investment.
Night passes. Those of the shifts that are taken to continue driving are taken, and then a new dawn is risen. Day number 2 of travel. Vrost, if you would, please give me a driving roll.
Good eyes, good eyes.
Oh.
Oh.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm the ship part of the crew. I want to go re-roll that.
You want to re-roll that? Okay, I will accept the fate point, and you can re-roll.
There we go.
Oh,
That's
that's
the same thing, just without the dash.
The DM actually rubs his eyes, and before he saw a -2, now it just sees a normal 2. Ah, okay.
Boss was just thinking in his mind, I wonder if I can go and barrel roll this thing. And he starts to tell you, he's like, nah, I
Oh
shouldn't.
no.
Honestly, that's why I took Nemo's cart below deck and helped secure it.
So he doesn't lose it.
Yeah, because if you barrel roll and you just see a cart go wee into the fucking abyss, like you can explain that to him.
That's my cabbages.
My cabbages!
Oh my god.
Oh man. Yeah, so Frost, here's the picture for you. You're piloting the ship, steering the helm, and you look off in the distance. And as you look off in the distance, we just go into your mind, and it plays out a scene where, like, gunfire and cannons go off everywhere. Valuan ships are at your left, more at your right. You look all about you, and you're like, no. Now is the time, and you just throw the wheel full in and start barrel rolling, cascading down the deep end sky. The whole ship itself just careening into the abyss as, like, just moonstone, cannons, everything go flying on deck board. Delashi, Elisha, Nemo, Mordecai, all of you are holding down on the deck wondering what this madman is doing, and then we go back into reality. And it's just Ross staring at the ship. Yeah.
You did me a frightened for a second because I'm trying to like write something to you on the side that I forgot to send you, and I'm just like, wait, what happened?
So again,
No. I tuned back in and context clues, but
the intrusive thought of Ross gets pushed back to the side as he continues downward into a southernmost path. 4. For the full remainder of the day. Continuing on, you are now over the Isles of Sol. You can see a few towns and islands below you just past in the distance. I assuming you guys are flying up in the middle upper sky, right? You're not flying too close to any islands or any landmarks.
yeah, we're just trying to hover into range. We're using our elevation to our advantage, so try to minimize our chance of being seen by anybody.
Perfectly fine. You do well enough. The only things in the skies that you guys notice at this point are let me also make sure I do this. Oh yeah, that was updating. Okay, so your ship is over here, correct? It's updated on both for you guys and myself?
Yeah, that's right. Here.
Okay, good.
Oh, I can move it.
Yeah. Yeah, you all have access to move the ship if you want. But I've just been moving it for brevity's sake.
Yo, are we gonna get like a Fire Emblem Tactics? we're gonna get into like a Fire Emblem style grid-based combat someday.
Grid-based combat? I mean, isn't that technically what D&D is anyway? Sometimes. Oh man, maybe. Who knows? As you pilot for the second days of flight, you stop for a moment to readjust yourselves. Now going in a southeastern direction. It takes through the night to traverse the sky barrier of the Islands of Sol. How as you had towards your east, there was the sky current that was traveling up the northern ocean towards Valua. This current itself is also a bit hard to puncture and get through safely, so you have to take it at a modest, even pace. That's why this route takes a bit longer to travel. It takes you through the night, but you're able to puncture the 2 layers of sky current that are in your way. So, 1, 2, you are about here. So, evening sets. Through the night, you see that the moons that are overhead, again, the starlights that go up in the distance. I need everyone to roll me a notice check.
Are we all gonna get 3s? Oh.
3! Pick number 3, my lord!
Alright. 3, 3, 3, and 1. Alright. So Vrost, Delashi, Mordecai, and actually because of this roll, Lisha notices this too. Thank you for changing your name on there, because that helps me immensely. So all of you notice that there seems to be a star, or what looks to be a star, glowing overhead. It looks red in nature, and it just appears to be moving across the sky.
Does that look like a ship light?
Maybe. It is in the far upper sky. Is something that you can tell. And it seems to be going towards Nasir.
Can I roll war for any kind of like old Nasir tale or legend or something that might be?
Actually, yes. You can, Mordecai, you can roll me lore.
Check this out. I roll with a +1.
Saying.
I don't know what tonight's gonna bring, so I'm just gonna hold on to that. I'm not gonna burn any fate points yet.
Not a problem.
I mean,
That's
I
pretty
got
fair.
plenty. You'd be fine. Make sure you eat your moonberry, kids.
Yeah, has anyone eaten their moonberries?
That is a good question. Has anyone eaten their moonberries?
Because I had not.
No, I
So,
haven't.
a question for the question: does the limit break activate when you eat the moonberry, or does it just kind of unlock in your subconscious?
So far, it has gone off every time we've popped one.
Yeah.
So if you think you're gonna summon someone explosive, don't do it on the ship.
Please don't.
I don't remember what yours is gonna do.
Oh man, I remember exactly what his is going to do, and that'll be interesting right now.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm holding off on eating.
like,
I just want to make sure I have it
clone
ready.
I would like to imagine that Mordecai was looking at this and thinking, what could that be? Wait a second, does anyone need a moonberry? So he just gets
Smack
completely
it out of
flat.
You had a decent roll. No, you didn't. Never mind. I thought it was
Yeah,
a
I was
1.
about
I
to
saw
say.
a -1.
Damn, he almost got away with the 1.
Do you
I am
want to
really
reroll
curious.
this, or
I do.
Do it.
you'd spend a fate point, friend?
I'm gonna regret.
Do
But
it.
Ross told me it's okay. For the ship, part of the crew. Son of a Sands.
Son of the Sands
Good point.
tapping into your homeland, as far as lore.
Son of a-
Wow! Wow!
I knew it was gonna happen. I knew it was gonna happen.
I feel so bad.
Oh.
Unfortunately,
I
you
love the dice telling the story too. I'm so disconnected.
you know there is a tale of something in the sky
Damn.
for the lands of Nasir, but you can't remember it. It was something that your father told you, and for some reason you just drowned it out with food. You're just imagining like your mom's home cooking, like some Nasirian seared steak with spices and herbs.
Yeah, I got this. Huh. You know, there's a very interesting Assyrian story about that night.
What is it?
I have no fucking clue. I just know it exists.
That's helpful, Mordecai.
Oh, maybe
Thanks.
we can ask about it.
So, with that, your first night, your second night.
Thank you for the setup, Delashi.
Your second night comes to an end. You once again drive in shifts. Make sure that you weather a bit of the next current that's coming up ahead. I need Mordecai. Now roll me 2 crafts rolls. Give me the lower of the 2.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna regret burning that fate point extra hard if I have disadvantage on shit.
Maybe.
Oh,
Nice.
All right,
That's
still
good.
fair. You remember, you still have a 4. It is one of your strongest suits. You just.
Oh, shit. I rolled +3 on those.
All right, roll me 2. Roll me 2 out of 4 then.
Watch, and these gonna both be like god awful. Okay.
Okay,
Ooh.
you bump it up to 3.
Yeah,
See?
that was my bad.
That's
I
fair.
clicked just too far to the left.
Mordecai, you were actually able to sail really, really well through these currents.
Figure out that home cooking.
That home cooking, you're actually right on track. You want to sail through the sky almost a little bit quicker, pep in your step, but not without seeing some beautiful sights. As you traverse through the Isle of Sol, you see various continents and rock formations, some that are in the upper sky and some that are in the lower sky. One in particular is a pair of continents that are in the upper section that have cascading waterfalls, large, huge waterfalls, like almost 3 times the size of what Bane Isle has, that go from not only the upper sky down to the middle sky to the deep sky. This careening waterfall sets out a pristine picture of rainbows and everything as you see skyfish themselves traverse through the area, collecting water as well as other necessary food for them. It is a beautiful picture, nonetheless. For like, everybody doesn't even need to roll notice for this. You see this beautiful sight to your side. And even continuing down this path as we go, 1, 2, 3, 4. As we continue down, past a pair of mountainous terrains, there's coral reef that you can actually visibly see on some of these upper sky territory that almost. Some of them, you notice that some of the fish just pass by and scrape off, and it just starts to float into the sky itself. It's a really beautiful, pristine sight. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're headed there. As you get towards the evening end and portion of your trip, you start to see the beginnings of the comet current that will lead towards Nasir, that you can actually use as almost a guidepost if you'd like. Actually, no, you can't use it as a guidepost because you got to go down there for Esperanza. Give me 1 second. I gotta adjust the map a real quickity bit here. There we go. That's where you gotta go to for Esperanza. So, from here, you know that you technically could take a bit of a direct path towards Maramba. However, the Nasirian border guard will probably stop you right about midway through. I would say around, if you're looking at the map, right about here. So this whole circle would be the border patrol.
Okay, can't see the circle, but
Yeah.
probably just staying true to course for Esperanza.
It'd be right
There's-
about there.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
There we go.
we went as little trouble with the locals as we can afford.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be good.
So currently you're in somewhat of a safe haven as you make the end of your 3rd day's trip. This might actually take less than the 6 days that I thought. Judging, because I'm going.
You quoted us at 5.
I did quote you at 5. Okay, quoted you at 5 then. Yeah, it was 3 days if you went straight to Nasrad, an extra 2 days if you went to Esperanza. Never mind, we're on the right track. I did judge this appropriately. Sweet. So you're in somewhat of a little safe pouch. There is the Oh, give me 1 second. So there is the current that goes from the Southern Ocean over to your side, and the current that you just passed, which is the current of Sol, which wraps around the continents of Sol themselves, forming kind of a natural barrier
Mm-hmm.
for the isles themselves. Oh, sorry, I needed a drink. Everyone roll me one more quick notice check.
Ooh. Frost and Lisha noticed the fuck out of it.
You, Lisha and Vrost, you both barely notice. Because this one was a hard one. You barely notice that just towards the... Let me double check. Yes. Just towards the backside of the ship, towards the west, because the ship is now facing east. Just towards your west, off in the distance, trailing at where the reef comet, the channel meets the southern current, there seems to be an island that kind of rests right in it, that has a very large pillar that even descends a little further into the deep sky.
I honestly don't make it the situation, Lisha. What do you think?
I mean, I don't know much about Nasir. I don't know how. I mean, I think we should just head straight there.
Not a problem. If you would like to pass it, then you can by all means pass it. It was just something that caught your eye that was different than the rest of the islands that you've been traversing across. It looked like a structure of some sort that it's not Nasirian or Valuan in nature, is what you can gather from where you are.
I wonder if Nima knows anything.
Huh? What's up?
I point out the structure. What do you know about that?
He pulls out his journal. So if we go here, and then we took a path east. Well, the only thing I can think of is that supposedly in the Isles of Sol, just past Sailor's Island, there supposedly was a structure that some of the islanders have found that connects to the lost civilization of Sol. It's been raided a bunch of times before, from what I've heard, but only that it's something to do with the Sylvialite civilization. no one really knows why it descends into the lower sky. But we know it's a part of the lost culture. I'm sorry, I really don't have much else on it.
Mark down this location on the map and try to record any details you can. I'm curious if we can find out more information once we get to the villages.
Okay. And he marks down the location, longitude, latitude of where you guys currently are. And does a bit of a drawing from what you guys saw, especially that pristine rainbow location. Just like, you know what, as long as we pass that, yeah, we should have a good idea of where this could be. All right, and with that, your first night of travel comes to an end. Or your not first night, God, no, not your first. Your third night. Your third night of travel comes to an end. Another day, some provisions. Actually, Nemo cooks for you guys on this fourth day of travel, realizing that pretty much everyone has probably been keeping to their own devices of getting the appropriate food, either oranges, fruits, vegetables, stocked bits of dried meats. He realizes, oh, your ship doesn't have a cook, does it?
Not in an official capacity, no.
So, I think I just realized this too. Is it just you three? You guys?
So far, yes.
It's
not the biggest ship.
Okay. I mean, yeah. I mean, some of the Bane members fly their ships solo, I guess.
Is that strange to you?
Yeah, just a little bit. I mean, Lady Iris has a bit of a crew for herself, and I don't know. Some of the crews at least have like 7, maybe to 10 people, kind of manning different stations and whatnot. Gunners, shipwrights, just things like that. Navigators. Kind of helps with a bit of travel.
I mean, you're not wrong. It's just not something we've really looked into, I suppose. We have yet to find ourselves in a situation where, like, oh, I wish we had a cook, or oh, I wish we had a navigator. It's pretty clear.
This is fair.
But you do raise a good point. And kind of like looking at Delashi, Vrost, and then Elisha, if we make a habit of sticking together and do run into these problems, then it might be where it's worth considering.
Okay.
But at the same time, kind of jingles his coin pouch, which is not nearly as full as it was a couple days ago. Crew members that aren't in it just for the adventure tend to want to be paid, and well, that would be a disappointing venture on their front for now.
Ah, okay, that's fair.
So, if you know anybody who's looking to adventure for the sake of adventuring, send them our way.
Maybe you can find some people in Nasir.
Oh, maybe. Ooh, Tillin said.
Maybe, I don't know, you said you were going to visit your family, right?
Indeed.
Maybe some of them want to go see the world.
That is fair. That is fair.
DM Legacy clues in on Tillin's ooh.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking that was probably about.
Anyway.
Yeah, that just occurred to me just now.
Anyway, so obviously, now embarking on your fourth day of travel. Sun rises, all the moons are aglow in different spaces. Everyone give me a notice check. Okay. Alright, so, Mordecai, you were the one to notice this. The red moon is now getting predominantly stronger over towards the east of what you can see. there are actually border patrol guards that you see going far off in the distance in the northwest direction to a southeastern direction. Everyone else, you kind of see ships off on the far side, but not really able to make them out. But Mordecai, you're able to make out their colors and such. Just barely past the sky current.
So just some misheard ships on patrol.
Yep. From what you can gather.
All right. Well, everybody behave.
All right. I need. Last one was Mordecai. Vrost, give me a driving roll.
Driving roll, driving roll.
Why are they so consistently low? You're
Driving's
supposed to
only
be
a
good
plus
at
one.
this.
No, I'm good at shooting people. I'm good at interrogations. I'm good at breaking into things. I'm good at blowing stations up. As for
Oh
driving
my
a ship,
God.
I'm all right. I mean, I can kickflip a Mordecai board, no problem.
Jesus, comes in every session.
Mordecai board.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Yeah, it's even one of my stumps.
Oh,
My stunts is just a sick flip.
All right. So,
don't talk to me about stumps.
are you?
Oh my
I just need to
God.
know this for brevity's sake. Are you keeping that roll? Are you re-rolling? Are you
No,
adding a +2?
I'm taking a fate point at a +2, part of the ship, part of the crew.
All right. Part of the ship, part of the crew, adding the +2.
Oh, thank you. Because I was gonna feel them rocking. It's maybe I'll rest later.
So, Rust, the current gives you a bit of trouble and somewhat knocks you off course to where you're going in a bit more of a southern direction than you initially had in mind. So it starts to take you. You go here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need everyone to give me notice checks. One more time.
Whoa.
Oof.
Oh,
Damn, bro.
All right.
so
Ross.
close. I want it.
Give me 1 second. Let me make sure I do the proper procedure because I realized I was rolling on stream and I gotta hide it from stream too. Oh man, it's still rolling on stream. Okay, nobody looks at stream.
I'm totally not looking right now, not at all.
I will find a way to mitigate this for future. I mean, I could just use basic rolls, so we could just do that. Yeah, sure, I'll go with that. Frost.
It's much better than the one before.
You immediately call everyone to be hands on deck. As what you see off in the distance is something quite alarming. It is a series of currents. Frost, roll me lore. Because you're the one who's here. And unfortunately, I don't think you have lore.
Nope, I don't.
Standard roll. Oh.
All right. You don't know what the hell it is. You just know it looks bad. As you see a swirling vortex off in the southwestern distance that starts to grow and actually shift around very violently and almost unnatural. Everyone, you all here. Brost, immediately call for everyone. All hands on deck. Right, I don't know if you have an alarm for your ship, but screw it, you do
I
one
was
now.
going to work on the board, but... Alright.
As Aruga, 7 of all we know. No. Miss Robin Williams.
What?
So, I need everyone else. You're going to take your rolls from earlier. So, you all notice that there seems to be a triad of currents swirling together on a single point that are going aggressively in the air and around and coming towards your ship.
It's like a Sky Sea Riptide or some shit. Like,
If anyone else wants to try for lore, go ahead.
I will roll the lore, I think.
The war.
The lore.
Yep.
Do I have any kind of inherent bonus since this is native territory?
Unfortunately, not for this one.
Okay.
Anyone else rolling or doing something else?
I don't have it, but I'm going to do a standard and see if I get something good.
I mean, you could.
Maybe by dumb luck.
You were dumb luck of a character, like, you know that.
For real.
Holy crap! I appreciate that. See, I've been dumb luck the character in many of my games, and I appreciate this.
Because like that's a Dalashi just boards out.
Lisha, did you want to roll too, or are you good?
I'm good.
Okay, Dalashi. By some string of luck, you flip open your father's journal and actually go up to a page. You thought it was just like a story, fairy tale, something that you really didn't quite care about. Or
Titled this bitch.
It is called the Tricyclone.
Oh god.
Yes.
Sounds like a magic card.
Where is this? 2004 Florida all over again?
Damn.
And for fans and appreciations of those who love the original game, this is an actually legitimate thing. So, you know, as a Tricyclone, it was apparently within the realms of the Ixa territories, and it is a very dangerous rift current that will take ships and throw them in directions, if not destroy certain ships. I will actually pull up the lore tab for you and give it to you. A dangerous triplet of cyclones. Sailors have dreaded the legendary tricyclone for centuries and said that if you encounter it, all you can do is pray. However, it is said that it lies, that in the center lies a treasure of 1,000 air pirates.
Mm.
No, that's nice to know. Maybe one day.
I'm gonna just blast some magic at it.
Oh, Delash, do you roll wild magic?
No.
Okay, I'll burn some fake points early.
No.
Come on, Delash, don't you want to try? You're just
Mark,
firing it off in the distance.
Smart. Dalashi, speaking as your captain, not right now. Thank you.
But you said not right now. Before too.
You did.
I did.
You did.
So am I just never supposed to do it?
And where are you standing?
I'm outside
On
the ship, but I'm not near your room.
Gareth's ship.
Oh my god. Gareth just scare me. He's not here.
Gareth hears in the distance.
Why just like where?
Alright, I won't.
If you can convince me, then you won't get shit from me. But
It's fine. I won't. Let's just not get caught in it.
Ross,
Good plan.
roll me driving again.
can I assist?
Can all
No.
of us assist?
I'm going to go release the limiters on the engines. We need to get that to here now.
One person can assist. This will be. Yeah.
That's 4, Mark.
Yeah, that is 4.
That's a 4.
That is 4.
Okay. Tell you what, Dalashi, if you feel like you can
Yeah?
assist with wild magic consistently and not tear the ship in half, or
I
send
mean,
anybody
if I'm
overboard,
pointing away from the ship, it's not gonna hit the ship.
okay.
Makes sense. Can I take that size permission to do it?
Do you
I'm
take that
trusting
size
you on
permission?
How close is it, Mark?
How close is it, Mark?
It is about, judging from the distance.
Oh my god.
Mordecai doesn't want to dampen your spirit because it has helped us out in the past, but at the same time, it's like, man, if you just ignite a fireball under your feet, we're all dead.
And no, I was literally like, what if I just set it on fire and suddenly it's like coming at us, but on fire?
Behold, the flaming tricyclone.
It is about 1,000 feet away. I would say it is visibly in the distance. It might be a bit more. But
you cut out super hard.
You cut out, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is about over 1,000 feet away.
Oh. Okay.
It is within solid view. It looks like if you hold out your hand, you could probably. It probably is the size of your palm, and it is rapidly growing bigger.
Ooh,
Okay. Alright, I won't do it now. Let's just try to escape.
I'll tell you what. Here's the deal. I'm gonna go down to the engine room and give this shit some gas. If you think that shit's getting too close and you feel like you could do something about, I'm talking as Tilla now. Sorry. If you feel like you could do something that won't kill all of us and will, in fact, help us all survive if it's getting close, go for it. Whatever. Just do it.
Toasha gives you 2 thumbs up.
Yeah. Turns it. I'm gonna go down to the engine room and just give Ross some gas.
All right. Ross, roll with either advantage or +2. You have to, you have to choose one before you roll.
For my drive?
For your drive. Are you going to roll out?
+2.
You want to choose a +2? All right. So roll just your flat.
Nice.
Okay. 4. You keep pace with the tricyclone. It's still staying off in the distance, and you're trying to make it. You're trying to make it through the air current now, as that seems to be the best possible means to get away from this current, because it seems to be traveling up and past where you are.
Sounds like an awesome name for a bad B movie.
The tricyclone. It's great. This thing is terrifying in game. I will let you know. It
doesn't make me feel better.
it moves ridiculously fast. So with that, I need you. You could still. We will have to roll again.
You.
All right, Ross, roll me driving one more time.
Oh.
Ooh, you're lucky, because cause Mordecai is helping you just enough. You feel that the ship is actually slowly starting to get pulled towards the tricyclone. As it whips around, you can actually, Delashi, Lisha, you both are on top deck, looking at this thing, and this massive whirlwind of cyclones is just going and shifting its pace rather quickly and going in some very odd fucking patterns. You think it's going for you guys, weirdly enough, but for some reason it jets and jolts in certain directions wildly, and then resumes pace towards you guys. And as it slowly starts to pull the ship, you actually make your way and are puncturing through the sky wall just towards Esperanza. Give me one more driving roll, Ross. You're so lucky you're not getting under the value.
Oh my god.
You feel a slight give. Now, I would say it's 500 feet away from you guys. As the tricyclone gets closer and closer, Delash, you can almost think you see a glint of gold inside the center or towards this thing.
Hmm.
That's how close it's starting to get. Lisha,
Oh,
you
shit.
too. You have an eye for gold too. But as you get a good view of it, the ship presses on and finally makes its way through the sky wall of the ocean of the sky current that you were trying to puncture towards the east. As your ship just crashes through it, you see the swirl of vortex behind kind of pull the current towards and then ripple back into its barrier-like form. Off through the sheet of white, you can barely make out the view of the tricyclone as it kind of bumps into the current itself and then pushes away.
Oh shit. It was coming for our ass.
It was coming, and it was coming fast.
Yeah.
As you make your way now to the end of your 4th day of travel, Vrost just guiding your whole ship out of that mess. Barely with the wonderful aid and help of Mordecai there. Damn.
Man, that could have ended a lot worse.
That was going to be interesting.
I was hoping I could use some wild magic on it.
That would have also been very interesting.
Yeah, but I don't think it was ever close enough for me to really.
I need everyone to give me one more notice check.
How many one more is one more?
How many one more is one more? That was one more driving check. You had 3 successions of driving checks that you barely passed on everyone. All I needed was one more under. Give me a foot now. Delashi, Lisha, Mordecai. Vrost, give me a notice check.
Notice.
Nothing terribly out of the ordinary. You do notice that the sky, and actually the whole area around here, even though it's nighttime, it feels like it has a haze of red about it. Nighttime does fall over the area itself. The moons themselves, the red moon itself, is particularly big over towards this continent itself that you see, now glinting over towards the northeast. The stars, everything else shining in the distance. You see off to the west a very faint and small distanced green moon. And actually, towards the south, you see what is a mix of the blue and purple moon. Just off in the distance. And just past the waves. They're specks, but they're visible all the same. As you go to bed for the night, you see off in the distance, there is the continent right there. And what looks to be, in the far distance, a port town. That, from what Nemo actually comes up on deck and says, should be the port town of Esperanza. You all, just passing through that a bit, that a bit endeavor of a danger, go to bed for the night, still taking a bit of those shifts to steer the ship, guiding a bit towards Esperanza. Go to bed for the evening, wake up, morning, have meals. Once again, Nemo is like, hey, you know what? You guys, you got some good stuff here.
Have I been muted?
Yeah, you've been muted this whole time.
Oh.
What were you saying, friend?
Oh, Discord switched my mics on me, I guess. Uh-oh.
Oh, no. I have not heard anything since you said you were going to go below deck and help with the ship and its engine.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna say, after that whole thing, Mordecai comes out covered in like sweat and grime and just walks over to Vrost, just gives a shaky like fist bump, like, "Good trying." pulls a
Nice.
flask, takes a swig, offers it to Frost, and says, "Okay, so you get to finish your shift up here."
Good piloting indeed. So yeah, as I said, morning comes. Nemo has once again prepared a wonderful breakfast for you all. Eggs, a little bit of cheese, some breads, some good things. Some nice little dinner, and side of spice if anyone wants. The morning comes. I would say this time it's Mordecai. Mordecai, roll me your crafts. 2 of them.
Real quick,
Yes,
do
friend.
I sound better like this or like this?
I would
Doesn't
say the
matter.
second one.
Number 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second one? Okay. Fixed it. Okay. So,
Congratulations.
crafts, 2 of them. Fun fact, I had crafts macaroni and cheese for dinner because I was in a hurry. Oh, that's so good. That's not as good.
If only. If only. Do. Ooh.
When the DM says, ooh, woo, what's this?
Oh god.
Delashi, roll me
Yes.
notice.
Okay.
Because I have to give this one to you,
Okay.
if it should happen. Lisha, Vrost, also roll me notice. But I think... Okay. Gonna do an interesting finagle for numbers here. Lisha, you got a number for me? Let's go reveal this. Perfect. Alright, I'll just go with that anyway. Delashi and Vrost. Delashi first. You do notice this, even though Vrost notices it after you. You were a bit quick to notice this because you've seen it somewhere before.
Okay.
In the far distance towards the south is a very familiar, very familiar sight. It seems that they're a group of squid-like monsters that are off in the distance, krakens, if you will, that are a bit familiar to you. They're just shy south, and something comes to mind. A familiar scene, a familiar spot, and maybe a familiar friend.
Well.
Vrost, as you see, there are a grouping just to the south as well of various flying creatures with tentacle-like proportions. They're off in the far distance. You won't really have to worry about them, thankfully enough, but something to note.
Okay.
And you actually heard tale of Lord Zivlin Bane having a recent excursion not too long ago over in these lands as well. Actually, just past this, for Vrost, I'll actually let you know, this presumably is the place where Lord Bane was able to find that black moonstone crystal. Just south. As off in the far, far distance, you can see what looks to be the Dark Rift, a current that spans across the entire world and goes from end to end. You see it pooling over into not only one area, but also jetting around you. If you look on the map here, you can see what I'm kind of getting at. Is how it goes from this side section over to here. So over let me see if I can ping it. Over here is where you were seeing those kraken-like creatures, and is where presumably for you, Vrost, is what you heard tale of where Bane picked up that crystal.
So this is where he was talking about.
Mordecai, you proceed onward towards the port town of Esperanza, making a bit towards the beginning half of your day's journey, and slowly make your way to the port. The port itself, give me 1 second. Oh, can I actually pull up the... Oh, I can't. Alright, I get to change the music. Give me 1 second.
I'll be RB.
Not a problem. We get in-game music this time.
Hey.
The Esperanzan port. You noticed this a bit before, everyone, that the lands themselves looked very red with color. It actually is even more so now. As even though daybreak comes, it looks like almost an eternal sunset across the lands that are over here. As you look on towards the port town itself, you see anywhere from the mountain terrain that's just past the desert mountain terrain towards the fortified fortress itself. Every part of it looks beaten, battered, and bruised. There are scorch marks along the terrain, the fortress that's there. Even the port is shabby and shatty at best. There are outcroppings of planks that go off from this port town. All of them pretty much kept open, although what would be normally 4 planks or port docks, I would say. Correction. There's actually was supposed to be 8, but 4 of them look kind of out of disrepair, and only 4 look like they could actually be used. Slowly, huh?
Have I seen this place before?
You have not. You've not seen Esperanza. Esperanza is known to Nasirians as as the back door for Valua. Or if not for Valua, the back door for Nasir. However, because of such, it was... Roll me lore, actually, real quick.
Yeah, that's actually a really good lore check.
That's a really good lore check. All right,
Nice.
give me 1 second.
Red Star to Sky, no fucking clue. That's Esperanza? I got you.
Alright, so before the Valuan-Nasir War, Esperanza was a kind of port town that was kind of a joint venture between the two. It was a mix of Valuans as well as Nasirians, as a kind of joint effort towards exploring the mystery that was the Dark Rift. However, because of the war, it became a kind of dead zone for Nasir, and left only to be a port town to watch the already well guarded backside of them. Valuan pulled their forces, and after doing so, just kind of lit up the port town, leaving it in shambles and shreds.
So all the damage isn't like recent.
Yeah, the damage itself looks old. It's been
Okay.
there. But no real support has come here from Nasir itself. You do have the occasional Nasirian ship, but other than that, the capital is not bothered by it, or not really worried about it. Because Valua is at their side, and towards the upper section. If you even look at the map, you see where Nasir is located in Valua is. In order to get to Esperanza, Valua would have to track down a lot of natural barriers that they normally wouldn't hassle with. They would just go for Nasir directly.
Yeah.
Yep. A lot of the ships that have tried to use this as an entry point, not only for merchants and other nations alike, have come here for trade, but has done nothing to thrive the port town itself, because most of the people who come here look for this magical way to get into the Dark Rift. Shipwrecks abound can be found near this port town, and usually it's almost carted off as a grave, to where foolhardy people come here for riches only to find themselves nothing but a 6-foot stone underground. There is a local legend that you do know of. A sailor named Don. Was the only one to actually attempt multiple times to get into the Dark Rift. Eventually, after so many trials and errors, he gave up and quit sailing, and was known as somewhat of a local mystery. Bless you.
Bless you.
Thanks.
Yeah, and that is what you've at least know. It is a rum-drum town that tries to keep itself afloat with some trade and commerce.
Right.
You dock at the port itself. There is someone who's in kind of shoddy, shabbed old military clothing. Like, it's Nasir military garb, but it is, like, probably years past and changed. To where it's not even current military garb.
Yeah,
And he looks over to you at the port side, and he's like, I can dock your ship. Port fee is it's 15 gold.
Excellent. Real quick before we continue, I forget what the insight equivalent is. Is he just trying to
empathy.
skim me, or?
Insight is empathy. So if you're trying to get a read on people's true intentions, what their kind of hidden bits are, what they might be going for, you can roll empathy as an insight check, the correlation for it.
I can do it.
Go for it.
Perfect.
All right. To roll the 3. Delashi, you kind of get a feeling that it shouldn't really be that much.
Mm-hmm. Mordecai, I think he's trying to get a little bit more out of us.
Oh, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, well. Tell you what, referring back to the port guy, how much is the actual port fee and some fuel?
He gives a long and hefty sigh. The actual port fee is 8 gold.
Mm-hmm.
The fuel for your ship, we We don't have much. It's honestly marked up. It's going to run about 30 gold if you want to fuel up.
Alright. Well, might as well do it while we're here. So, count out in my palm. So 30 gold for the fuel. 8 for the fee. And then, let's see. 10 gold pieces, another 2 pieces for telling the truth. But they're going to take one away for you lying to me. So, you get 1 extra piece, that's for you.
He
So,
looks a bit
I'll hit-
confusedly.
I'll hit over 39 gold. For the fee and the fuel.
He accepts.
He gets 1 extra. It's like, thank you for running up to it, but you also lied to me.
He accepts and just takes the coin and starts fastening down your ship to the port.
And done 196 gold.
You are now at the port town of Esperanza. Docking at the ports themselves, you see a strip that leads just past the docks. It is all stone and terrain, and even leading up to the port town itself, it is just a slew of a rocky path. Actually, want to see if I can.
Good eye, by the way, Dalashi. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thought it was very nice you gave him 1 gold.
Well, you owned up to it.
After you called him out.
So, let's go over to. Here, do I got this set up? Yeah, I got this set up.
Yes, well,
Just
I'd
to-
rather reward him for eventually doing the right thing.
Just to at least give you guys a visual on what Esperanza looks like itself.
This is actually a trick my father taught me.
So do you think that's gonna guilt him into doing the right thing?
Well, maybe. Just maybe. He'll look at that extra piece of gold sitting in his pouch and think, maybe I should be more straight with people. I don't count on it, and quite frankly, may never see him again to see the results, so such is life. But one can hope.
So, if you scroll all the way up, you'll get a nice view of what Esperanza looks like.
Ooh.
So Esperanza, again, is a military port town. Itself is carted off into a section just past a cliffside, and the docks themselves are a set of stairs that lead down to an outcropping of planks that jets out to allow for ships to dock at. It leads up to the sections over here, to where you can see off in the far end, up until the port itself. After docking there, your crew goes up and are met with some older Nasirian guard.
Hope it's not balloon.
I was about to say.
Some old Nasirian guards. Well, come to Esperanza.
Indeed.
They kind of look just past you over to your ship. So, the nature of your travels.
Well, for me, a visit home.
And the rest.
Company.
Seemed like interesting companions for travel.
Visibly laughing. Oh, my friend, you do not understand the half of it.
Wait a second.
The two guards look at each other and then look back at you.
No,
Wait a
No.
second.
I will. I will say, while we were here, if we happened to chance upon a what is his name? I had it pulled up, and then I just moved my thing, and now it's gone. Oh yes, if we happened to bump into a scoundrel named Darts, we were hoping we could bring some justice to him as well. Have you heard anything recently about him?
The two men laugh. Darts. Oh, are you traveling to the capital?
Remind me, did Nemo actually need to go to the Nasir capital?
No, it's he doesn't need to go to the capital, but it's like if you're heading towards Maramba, they're just you'll find out in a second.
Okay. Not so far north as the capital, no.
So Maramba then.
I believe so.
You are traversing through the channels. The straits that lead between the different regions of Nasir.
Mm-hmm.
Then you will find that he has harassed the towns in the area along them well enough. Judging by the seasons, you'll find them if you go that way.
So
what are you, mercenaries?
You might call us that. He kind of looks to the group. That sounds right, yeah.
Sure.
Well, good luck with your quarry. So,
No thanks.
I presume, are you staying in Esperanza?
Not long. Really just long enough to get our ship filled up.
So a quick night's rest then. Well, documents. Nemo, and upon hearing this, Nemo's like, yeah, sure, I got them, right here. Hands the documents over to the Nasirian soldier. You said you were mercenaries. These papers. What sort of cargo are you traversing with?
Oh, well. Nemo, what cargo did you bring along?
You gonna put this on Nemo?
Well, he brought the cargo. He didn't tell us what was in
Your
there.
first reaction is to go to the small child.
Nemo just looks at you and is like,
To be clear, we are the mercenaries. He is the merchant.
There you go.
Food. Nemo is going to have to roll deception.
Oh
He didn't tell us what was in there. I'm not gonna
my god.
I don't know why you're freaking
Poor
out at me.
small
It's fine.
child.
All right.
All Nemo has to do is tell the man what he brought. It's fine.
Oh!
Oh my god.
Oh no!
Oh my god.
Oh!
Wait.
Oh!
I didn't know Nemo would have to roll deception. I also didn't know he was ass at it. Okay, I'm sorry.
He's a child. This is Nemo we're talking about. You think he's good at lying? Oh my god.
Yeah, Cyber. F's in the chat.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna look the biggest dickhead from this, but like, I don't know what to tell the man.
Nemo fumbles around with his words and is like,
Oh.
we're,
Can I burn a fate point to like
so-
help this poor man? I put him on the spot. I'll burn a fate point for it.
You can't burn a fate point for his aspects, because his aspects don't deal with lying.
Well, what aspects does he have? Because you haven't told us for us to make it in a way that it could relate to it.
I didn't know, man.
Well, the little question is his high concept. It's The Inquisitive
Can
Tyrant.
I burn a fate point with like knives?
But that's your own. Like he's
You have
the
to.
one.
You have to. Yeah.
Yeah,
If you use
have
a
to
fate
use-
point,
if-
you have to use his.
If you use a fate point on another person, it has to be with their aspects.
Yeah.
So hold up. Let me.
I'm not trying to tell him to lie because I don't know he has to lie. I don't know that he has to lie.
It's
So
the
I'm just
fact that
gonna-
it's the
I
fact
just
that he was. It's a number of things. So here's what it is.
okay, so from Mordecai's perspective, he just thinks like he's kind of nervous around the guards and put on the spot.
What
I don't
he-
know this kid.
What he has to do is like he was prepared to present you all as merchants, and so he's like, well, no, they're technically like, yeah, they're my bodyguards, but not really because I was here to help them. He actually starts spewing the truth about what's going on here. He's like, well, you see, so his aspects are.
Just stop him. Just stop talking.
Is anyone stopping Nemo?
Sure.
Just cover his mouth.
All right,
Cover it and come and be like, you have to excuse the kid. He's recently lost his father, so that's why he's out here doing this.
roll me
Okay, sir,
deception.
so it's, bitch,
Oh my
I will.
God.
All right.
I hope Leisha's a good liar.
She seems like she would be.
Are you keeping that roll? Are you spending any fate points?
This is
Can I-
a campaign
Can I use a fate point and use the word weaver?
Yep, you can. That is an aspect that you can definitely, most certainly use.
He said that in a really suspicious way.
Everything he says is suspicious.
I forgot. I legitimately forgot that like we're supposed to be merchants.
Yep. It's fun. It makes for wonderful moments like this where you throw a child under the bus.
I'm so
You
close.
gotta remember these things if you're gonna be the person talking to them.
I couldn't believe he rolled full negatives on that.
Oh my god.
I didn't know he had to lie. what was it that he said? Is like
Poor
stuff.
child.
He told us it was stuff.
It was stuff. Well, so you're adding a +2, I guess, Lisha, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm going to say this for either or. That could be the right number for you, or it could not be. Are you spending any more fate points? Yes or no?
It's 9:30.
That usually means you gotta spend another fate point.
We have a cutoff.
I'm going to start getting better about this and asking either or instead of saying that works or not. Because I've been poked and jabbed at previous DMs being like, hey, you should do this, and so I'm doing that here and now.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave you with the 3.
Going to leave me with 3? Okay. Let's go.
Oh lord. Mordecai.
Hmm?
You really got us in this shit.
Apparently.
Lost his parents, huh?
Yes, recently deceased from a very horrible sickness.
Yeah, he looks over at the boy and asks the boy,
Oh my god.
Could
No.
would you mind if I ask him directly to
Oh.
confirm this, if you will?
You want to
Yes,
trigger the
yes,
child again and make him think about his dead parents again? He only has the dog left with him. Like, what is...
Oh.
There are many in Esperanza who have lost their family, loved ones, fathers,
I imagine.
sons. We grow up quickly. So, if you will, I would like to ask the boy if he'd lost his parents. Do you let him? Yes.
I mean, sure, if you want to take my fucking word for it, why not?
Nemo gets one more roll.
Poor Nemo.
Nemo gets
Oh,
one
no.
more roll.
Wait, can we assist? Can we assist?
Delashi, because of you can assist. You can give him a
Okay.
+1 I will let you
Okay.
give him a +1 because of something I can't that we set on the side. You can give him a +1. Spend a fate point.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay. So he will roll again.
Don't roll horribly. Okay.
The town guard.
Yeah. I'm really sorry. It's just me and Icarus. Yeah, I didn't really hire them, but they offered help to help me get to Maramba, and so we're here at Esperanza to make our way through. And the guard, who was kneeling forward and very stern and serious, slowly lets up. Okay. Now see? We have to take precautions in our port town. Welcome to Esperanza. We
My
will look
thanks.
over your documents and assuredly open the channels for safe travel tomorrow. Feel free to stay in the inn. Or, if you're cheapskates, feel free to stay on your ship.
Apologies for the confusion.
And he lets you over and through from the little portside gates over into the upper section of Esperanza.
As soon as we're out of earshot, I'm like, Nemo, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to put you on the spot. I just didn't know there wasn't anything there he didn't need to hear about.
I mean, it was just it was on the spot. It was the moment, and I was kind of expecting you guys to like do the talking because like me, I talk and I'm just like. I'm honest about my things. Like, I mean,
No,
I
that's
just,
very good.
I know, and that's why.
Were you
Like,
dishonest?
like, I'm not even trying to.
I don't have any lied. Did you have to be dishonest at all?
Well, like not right now, but like I was expecting to talk to you about like being merchants, so I thought you were merchants. And when you went out with the whole mercenaries comments, I was just, I was thrown off, and it kind of whirlwinded me.
Yeah. So that was my bad. Those M words, they get to me every time.
Oh my god.
Yeah, mercenaries, merchants. Oh, okay, yeah.
Your name's an M word, Mordecai.
It gets me every fucking time, Elisha.
Ross is gonna lean down and just kind of whisper to Nemo, "Kid, you're gonna have to learn to lie if you want to hang with us."
Okay, so Mordecai's merchants and mysteries. Got it.
Yes.
The three M's: Mordecai's merchants and mysteries. And mercenaries. Sorry, Mordecai's merchants and mercenaries.
We'll work on it. It's fine. A fucking plus, by the way, Elisha, for that. That was so good.
I don't have my title for a reason. And she just winks.
What is your title?
Don't worry about it.
The gates open towards
What's
Esperanza. You look onto the port city as now more clear. On every aspect of the wall, at each corner, you see a kind of lookout tower. Some of them are operational, moving from side to side. Others are just kind of rusty and rickety, only staying in one direction. You see that there's a cannon on each tower themselves and a lookout. The steel gates open with a very rust covered pull to them. The scene that you're met with is such. There are a mixture of metal homes, very shoddily done, some just made with debris, some that you can see a mixture of ship parts. Some of the ship parts that are there, kids playing in junk piles, as older folk just go from section to section, picking up scraps and looking to see what they can salvage from even reused refuse. Towards more into the port itself, round towards the backside, you see more of a generalized structure of something at least decently done, kind of hub base for the soldiers in the town. It looks a bit newer, but peering through a bit of the windows, you see almost everyone's bed is some hovel of a hammock or some form of the type. There's no real beds from what you can see here, just hangs that people sleep on. Over towards the back, there's somewhat of a crudely constructed farm, and what looks to be somewhat of a newly-ish looking port town guild. Yeah. You can assume that the guild might be the inn. A little bit of mixture, as it says, the Espera Call is what it says above in a placard. That out of everything in the rest of the town looks shoddy, this looks decently kept up. I assume that you guys go in.
Sure. Yes.
Yep.
Might as well check it out while we're here.
Alright.
I will say, I myself will probably be resting on the ship tonight. That does not just keep somebody on it. You are all free to do as you will, but wouldn't want anyone sneaking on the ship at night and checking in on Nemo's cargo.
Don't worry, I plan on patrolling the ship at night since I'm already used to this midnight schedule and these stretches. I'll kind of keep my eyes on things.
You all enter the fairly new. There's no creak on these doors. They open. They're wooden doors that just kind of open inward. Even the oil on the hinges, just right. And sitting at a counter is a man with slicked back, reddish hair and a very long beak-like nose.
Question.
Yes.
Who was the first one through the door?
That is up to your group to decide.
Because if it's Rost, we all know how Rost enters doors.
Oh my god.
No.
So speak
my
now.
God.
Now Alicia's just gonna hold him.
She's got a leash for him.
Hey, Ross, roll me a d20, and we'll see who got there first.
Oh.
Oh, Frost.
Well
Frost Salvador is like...
Frost just comes right up. Lisha, roll me physique.
Oh my god.
Oh, yes. We are the group that just kind of lets Mark
I have
talk
to
about
be
the giant
physique,
waterfall in the sky, but we spend 5 minutes talking about how Ross kicks open the door.
What'd you say, Lisha?
So why did it have to be physique? Why couldn't it be like something else? Like fighting or athletics?
Grappling him.
Your trip is
Oh,
up.
you could if you. I guess athletics would be faster. You could replace that.
Okay. Fuck me, I guess.
Yeah, Rust, you are just about to kick this door open as Lisha barely pulls you away, and your foot goes out, and it's right there at the door. You could like tap it.
Knock
Oh
on
my
it with
God.
the ball of your foot.
Somebody grab his leg. Stop him.
He just stretches his leg out and just like tap, tap, tap.
Oh my god.
Alishia just bops him on the head. Stop!
No, I kick in every door, wherever we go. That's what I do.
You can do it on Bane Isle, but not while we're out here.
The fuck I can't.
The fuck you won't!
Frost, I have a request ahead of time in case I forget. When we make it to my place, please don't kick on the door. My father is bigger than you.
Oh man.
Rock,
Oh
Rock-
no.
He looks at Mordecai, kind of like thinks to himself, gets like a coy grin on his face before jingling his money pouch. It's gonna cost you.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Talk about it over a drink. How about that?
I'll take it.
So Mordecai, I assume you go and you're like, "Alright." Open the door. Again, the scene that you're displayed with, now looking at the door,
Sorry.
is a man holding a book who now closes it. Eyebrow raised, slicked back hair, and a long pointed nose with a monocle.
Oh my god, I already hate him.
Welcome.
Hello.
Hi.
Is this before I tell him it's a lovely establishment? Is the inside actually nice?
Yes, the inside is actually decently kept.
Sorry to bother you. Lovely establishment. What time of day is it?
It is about mid-afternoon.
That was my question to the DM, but that's fine. Comes in from outside. What time of day is it?
Yeah, the thing is, you would probably ask it in question because it looks eternally sunset here. Like, even as time is passing, like, you swear time isn't even changing while you're here.
Okay.
The whole isle, or section of land itself is illuminated in this consistent red glow.
That's well. Sorry to trouble you. We just spent a couple days in transit and are hoping to find a place to sit down and get a drink.
Ah, well, this is a place for such things. By all means, write your names down on the ledger, and we'll see if we can potentially get you checked in.
Excellent. Oh, write my name
Will you
down.
be staying the night? Just here for food? Or perhaps work?
We'll check in on work, I suppose, while we're in the area. But,
Well,
some of us may stay overnight.
this is a wonderful proprietary guild, thankfully, to the presence of the Nasirian Empire. One of the hopeful boons. And he kind of feels a bit snobby here. He's like, the guild will bring prospects to this neck of the woods.
Here's hoping.
As far as everything goes, we have various degrees of work. Actually, if you're in town for a rumor, we have apparently some good mining opportunities. Apparently, a wonderful benefactor has conscripted some of our various denizens, and to pay them very handsomely over towards north of Esperanza.
Interesting.
There is a bit of mercenary work on the sidelines, also to the northeast of Esperanza. There have been various denizens, creatures of the flying variety, some of the crocodile beasts, if you will, that have been roaming the lands and cleaning some of our farm stock.
It's hard enough to keep farm stock in the desert.
Yes, we make do with what we can. It is, and he starts to talk about like, oh, it's a poor, quaint little town where we all make do, and you see he is seemingly better off than the rest of the people that you've looked around about.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
of course, like any other guild, if you perhaps chance to find yourself in the exploratory nature, our guild does pay the adequate fees of any discoveries or potential insights or gleans into any rumors that are around Esperanza. Although we would not directly ask anything, we are by no means, and he gives you like this kind of clause that say we are not hinting or asking for anything in the Dark Rift, but will gladly accept any information in regards to such, should such people be foolhardily enough to do so.
Well, but it's not on our agenda.
I see.
Which, in case the news hadn't made its way here yet, a tricyclone is in the area.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh, well, the tricyclone. Well, do we pay for that? And he opens this book. Would we? Closes his book. What details could you give me?
Well, you have a map?
Yes, here is, and he lays out a map of the surrounding area for Esperanza.
And I'll confer with the rest of the crew, just like, and we saw it right about here. It chased us for a bit, and we lost it at the belt, right? At the edge of a current.
Correct. If you're asking the DM, or if you're asking your party members.
Yes.
Okay. Any other potential gleams or information? Any alleviations or perhaps hints of the rumors being true about there being treasure within the tricyclone?
Danashi, you mentioned you saw something, did you not?
I saw like a gold glitter and when it got close to us, but that's about it.
Looks back to his notes. Well, it's information regardless. I guess we can pay for some of it. We can pay 20 gold for the information.
Would it help if I told you how fast we were going and to the point where we had to break its grasp?
Roll me empathy.
I'm gonna hit him with that wink, boy.
Yep, you can do that for this one.
Cause yeah, that's a standard roll otherwise. Hiya!
Yeah, because this is empathy or rapport, right?
The way we wrote it is +2 for human interactions dealing with rapport, resources, empathy, or flirtatious provoke is the wording you gave me.
Yeah, this was...
Oh, are you flirtatiously provoking him?
No, because I'm trying to...
Maybe it would work better.
I suppose I can give an extra 5 gold for that.
Extra 5 gold.
And he makes the markings and notations down, and if you give him the information, he will give you 25 gold.
25 gold. Alright. Which I will promptly pass out and distribute amongst the party, including Nemo, since he's there.
Oh, well, hey, okay. This is nice.
Oh.
Everybody gets 5.
Yeah, everybody would evenly get 5.
I will take one of mine and give it to Delashi for the extra gold information, because I think that's what sold it.
You're gonna give me one?
I will give you...
You don't even know what it's called if it weren't for me.
I'm sorry.
Don't try me, Mordecai.
Do you not like that you have 6 and I have 4?
I guess that's fine.
Delashi just likes haggling for everything.
Yes.
I don't know. I tried to speak up, but freaking Discord hates me. I was trying to say that there was gold in the middle, but yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't hear a word of that.
Well, yeah, you both would have said that there was gold towards the center. Like, you and Delashi both saw the same thing.
Yeah, no, I was trying to say it, but Discord was apparently connecting, but I could still hear everyone.
I'm sorry.
It's been kind of weird tonight.
It has.
Alright, I guess I'll take the 6 gold. Thanks, Mordecai.
You're welcome. Why do I feel bad about this?
The words of someone else just ring through Mordecai's ear. It's a habit. So with that, information is gathered. He informs you that food will be, for the group, 5 gold, and then for a night's stay, funny enough, is 15 gold. 15 gold a room.
I'll take a look at my 4 gold pieces out of my hand and pull out of my pocket another one and just put it on the table. It's like, I'll just pay for food.
Is it like 1 bed per room, 2 beds per room?
It's about 2 beds per room.
I'll be on the ship, but the rest of you are welcome to stand here. I know Vross said something about having me patrol the ship.
Yeah, I'll be staying on the ship, so don't worry about me here.
Ah, I see. So you all won't be staying here then. Okay, okay. He just notates that down.
We mean no offense.
No, none taken.
That's good.
I mean, Elisha, do you want to stay on the ship?
I mean, I don't know, we could stay in here. You
I
wanted
think
to,
I'd
let's
rather-
put a room.
Yeah, we can do that.
So 2 on the
What
ship,
about
2
Nemo?
2 with a room. Oh yeah.
Yes.
Nemo too.
Where are you staying, Nemo?
Question. Do you allow pets? He looks over at Nemo and kind of lurches over the desk.
He's a very good boy.
There
He
is
is a good boy.
There's a small pet fee of 1 gold. Nemo's like,
Oh, fuck, God damn it! I'll throw another 6 gold on the table.
I can stay at the I can stay on the ship. Honestly, it tugs over on Mordecai. It's kind of nicer on the ship.
Well, fair enough.
Yeah, I'll stay on the ship. It's fine unless you guys want me here. I think I'll stay with the stuff.
You are
That's
your
all
man,
up to
Nemo.
you,
The
know?
choice is yours.
I don't know. I just like I'm here and like it's a fun little adventure and yeah, I haven't stayed in a port town like for a while now. I've mostly just been on the Isle. It's I don't know, and he's being very wishy-washy about it to where even like Icarus is biting on him like.
Where does Icarus want to go?
Icarus, where do you want to go? Icarus just sits.
I'll look to the dude. He'll think about it.
All right.
So they'll think about it. And with that, I will call it here for now. We were planning on having a shorter session. I kind of want to go longer too, but I'm like, I got some stuff to wrap up, and I know some of us are heading out for the day. But this will be a nice place to pick off from. We will
I'm
continue.
sorry, Nemo.
We will continue from this point. We will not go into the next day just yet. But thank you guys for tuning in. Our crew is now in the lands of Esperanza, the first of their long trek towards Maramba, in the Kingdom of Nasir. They have seen some sights, avoided a tri-cyclone, and have some hints to some various things. The Dark Rift, some mysterious creatures, and potential side work for the group, should they partake in anything that the guild has to offer right now. So with that, I'm Hero's Legacy, signing off, and hope to see you guys next time. Everybody else who wants to sign off, by all means.
Good night, everybody.
You know,
Bye.
Bye.
saw y'all complimenting Mark's accent, and he's the best.
Yes.
Thank you. I'll see you.
Oh,
guys.
you're such a simp for that, man.
I'll see you guys next time, and we'll be waiting for you next time on the Arcadian Campaign. Bye.
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 Oh shit.